friends, in today's video I had my client Jen come in, and she always gets really fun nails, both hands different, lets me do whatever I want. So we chose a bunch of fun blue colors and kind of did a wintry themed abstract acrylic look. So I'm excited to show you guys how that was done in real time. So if you guys are interested, just keep watching. Here's my client's nails, her last set. I will make sure to link this video. I recently posted this a few weeks ago. So if you guys are interested in that set, make sure you check it out. Okay, so to start, I always clip off the crystals. I don't file them off. They're really hard to file off. It's better to just have a pair of nippers that you use for clipping off crystals specifically. So that's what I'm doing here, is clip, 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 trying to get these off. And then I'm going in with my carbide bit to file these down thin. So I did apply a thin clear base the time before, so luckily I'm able to file down to that clear base. I'm not able to file all of the color off. I'm just not able to with a colored acrylic. It's really, really hard to get all the color off. So we do new sets every once in a while to get rid of the color underneath. So I am just going to file thin, file all the nails thin, switch back and forth between the fingers to make sure I don't burn my client. I ask her, is this hot? Sometimes when I am doing nails where I'm not shortening them a lot and we're doing shorter sets, I like to file them thinner before going in and actually shortening them. So I am just filing them thin with my e-file, and then I will shorten and shape them properly with a hand file. The hand file I'm using here is from Glitter Rose, and I'm just using it to shape my sides. And I'm going to go back in with my carbide bit and gently file the nails. So I just go back and forth, filing down thin to my clear base, grabbing my hand file to shape, and so on. I've switched here to this smaller carbide bit. This one's from Luminary Nail Systems. It's really small, and I use it to get that last little bit of color off of my clear base, because the other ones are a little stronger of a grit. This one's more of a medium. So I'm using this to just get that rest of that little bit of color off the nail bed area, and then I will finish my prep. Here's how they're looking. So I'm going to push the skin back, which will expose that skin on the nail that I can scrape, and it will has to be scraped off in order so your nails don't have lifting, so that they'll last the 4 weeks. So I push that back, and then I switch my tool here to the other side and scrape it. And then after that, I'm switching here to my bit from Get Buffed Pro. This is such an awesome bit. It's super user friendly, and I'm going in around the cuticle area with this. You can also reverse it and go down the other side to make sure you get nice close clean application. So this video is not too long. Here's how they look after they've been prepped. Like I said, you can't get all the color off, but after we apply, we do file underneath the nail a bit to remove some more. So we've added our dehydrator and a primer, and now we can add another clear base so that I can file back down to that next time. So I'm just applying a really, really small bead and then pushing that close to the cuticle area, bending the finger downward and just kind of washing that on, like painting the clear base on super, super thin, because we are doing colored acrylic. We don't want to make this bulky or we'll fall into it. So applying that down, using my brush to smush it, and then just pull it down, getting close into the cuticle area. My brush was being super annoying this day, so I was cleaning my other brushes so I'm doing my clear base with a brush that's kind of annoying me here, and then I'll grab a different brush when they've cleaned off in my monomer. Okay, like I said at the beginning of the video, she lets me do whatever I want. So we did use a bunch of colors here. So I'm going in to start with Blue Velvet, this really dark blue. So we wanted to use a dark blue and do kind of like a candy cane nail. So I'm doing that on 2 nails. So on her pinky on this nail and on her pointer finger on the other nail. So I'm just applying this down, trying to pat it into place at the tip, and then I'll go in at my cuticle bead. So this color is like shimmery. It's a dark blue shimmer, so super easy to use. So I'm picking up a bead here. A little goes a long way with these shimmery colors. Wiping off my brush, using my pinky and my hand to support my hand, pushing close. You don't want to like ever have dark colors like this be too wet and then seep into your cuticle area to make a really big mess. So wiping off my brush to get in there, wipe, and clean that off. I don't want that to like seep in there and make a big mess. Also, anything you overlap will cause lifting. You don't want to touch the skin and overlap. So after that, I'm just going to leave that, and then I'm going to go in and I'm applying that dark blue again, which was called Blue Velvet. I'm just applying this on the tip here. I accidentally made it a little watery and pulled too much off, so I'm adding more. Cleaning off my brush, and then patting, cleaning, patting, swiping, and swiping very gently, almost like swiping the product down the nail, not off the nail, just down the nail. And then I'm patting that into place. Then I'm going to go in with a glitter. This one is called Majestic. It is a super pretty blue iridescent glitter mix, almost like the flake glitters, but it's just not called that. So it's kind of underrated. People kind of missed this a lot when I was selling Nail Throne because they didn't realize it was kind of like a flake glitter. So it's really, really pretty. I'm just applying this over that dark blue, fading that up. Basically the dark blue was just to cover the color under there, and then I'm going right over that with this. I want these nails to be super, super wintry, sparkly, winter wonderland. So now I'm picking up, so I first realized I needed to fade that line a little bit, so I wiped off what was on my brush, and then I'm using the tip of my brush to tap the glitter up to make it create more of a faded blend. Now I'm going in with Prince Crush. So this is a flaky see-through blue that has like shards of flakes in it. It is so pretty. It just looks like icicles. So I'm applying that at the cuticle area, dabbing that into place, and then gently fading that down the nail into that blue. And then tap, making sure everything is nice and even. And then I'm gonna blend that a little bit right there. On this nail, we're doing a marble. So I'm going in. I love marble. She loves marble too. So I'm going in with all the colors, but I also grabbed, I haven't talked about what other colors I used in the set yet. So most of this nail is done with Mermaid Tears, Blue Pastel, and the Blue Velvet. So a dark blue, a pastel blue, and a shimmery kind of mermaid blue. You can see that at the bottom there. And then I'm just using these colors to pull gently through each other and create a beautiful marble. You can see I'm using my other hand again for support. So you want marble to be a little bit watery so all the colors go through each other. So place that down, place another one down, wipe off my brush, and then I'm picking up the Mermaid Tears and I'm using that to pull these colors together. So I'm finding that these colors marbled really, really, really nicely together. So using a light pastel or a light color, a shimmer, dark shimmer like the dark blue I used, and then another shimmery color that's kind of medium seems to blend really, really nicely. So I'm just tapping that on the side to cover the side without ruining my marble, because I was pretty happy with the way that turned out. And so now I'm going in at the top. So I do my cuticle bead first. It doesn't look like anything. It's just a mess because it doesn't really matter. What matters is how the marble turns out like in the end. So you can see I do the center. Oh gosh, so pretty. And then I work on the tip, and then I come back up here. And whatever I can't do, I'll just cover with glitter. So I pick up Majestic and Prince Crush together, and I'm placing that at the cuticle corner and blending that out. I don't want to cover too much of this marble because I really enjoyed and liked the way that turned out, so I'm just kind of adding that in just for the look, but not really to cover anything up. And then I'm tapping that into place. Okay, and then this finger, I'm going in with that really pretty mermaid tears. Place that down, wipe my brush. I picked up more because this nail needed more coverage, so I'm just flattening and moving that exactly where I want it. So pat and pull the product down the nail. Keep that coverage. The brush I'm using is Glitter Balls size 10. Here I'm going to pick up blue pastel. This color is not going to blend well, but I am going to go over everything with glitter, so it doesn't matter. I'm placing that down. I just wanted this to be lightened up at the top, and then I'm just gently fading that down over the mermaid color. Again, you could see me tapping that tip to make sure that the tip is always even with the rest of the nail, as well as squared out and never like drooped, if you know what I mean, drooped down. So now I'm going in, you can see me going in here, picked up both colors. So more of the Prince Crush in this with a little bit of the Majestic, and then I swirled them together, and now I'm just tapping into the cuticle area and blending down. So like I said, this set, I just wanted it to be like super winter vibes, super winter pretty, super winter glitterness. So that's what we're doing here. Nothing like, I wasn't trying to create anything. I just was throwing colors together and then adding glitter on top. Then here's how they look so far, and then I wanted to show you guys the marble on the thumb because marble is super fun, so I'll just let you guys watch that to some music. That thumb turned out so pretty, and here's how they look before encapsulated. So I'm going to grab my Glitter Balls glass slippers, and we're going to encapsulate everything. So I'm going in, grabbing a bead, draining some of that product out. We don't want to create bubbles, so I do tap the nail. You see me tap the nail to try to add a little bit of monomer underneath my bead so that I don't create any bubbles or any kind of anything that's going to be seen. So I'm just swiping this down. So that's what I do for full coverage nails. I kind of make sure, or full colored nails, like dark colored like this, like black or dark blue. Just want to swipe it on and make sure you don't get any bubbles. Then I'm just tapping it gently and carefully at the tip, wiping a bunch of that, anything that's like too much off, and trying to make my tip nice and even. And then I'm just going to encapsulate the rest of the set, mostly applying, like, because these nails are medium length. They're not really long, but they're not short. So I'm applying at the tip first, encapsulating my tip, and then I'll go in at my cuticle area to create my apex and encapsulate everything. Here is how both hands look after they were encapsulated. You could see they're both different but similar. So we're going to go and finish file. So I flipped her hand over and I used that carbide bit that I used before, the thin one, and I'm using this to go file away, because you can see that it's lifted slightly at the very tip of her natural nail there. And if I leave that, it'll eventually maybe come up or she might pick it. So I'm just going to file it down so she doesn't have that lip there anymore to catch or pick it. And then this way I'll also file under her nail to get rid of some of the color and even everything out under there. So she has a nice C curve as well. Then I go over everything with a carbide bit, very gentle. I don't want to take a lot of product off. Just use this to debulk the sides, around the cuticle area, and go under the nail. Like again, I want to create that C curve under the nail so it's nice and smooth. So I'm not really taking a lot of product off. I'm just using this to debulk to help for hand filing. After I do that on all the nails, we're going to go and hand file everything. I'm using a metal file board. Whenever I'm doing these square or coffin shaped or stiletto nails, I love to use a metal file board with 100 on one side and then 180 or 150 on the other. And I use this for shaping. It gets you that nice, like, perfect shape so that you, because it's nice and solid. You can't create flexibility because it's a metal file board. So you really get those sharp, straight lines instead of using like a regular hand file that's kind of flimsy. So I'm just using this, and then I'm going to go over everything with a regular hand file and to smooth and even everything out before crystals and snowflakes. To go in with a buffing block, I just like to smooth and even, especially around the cuticle area and underneath the nail. I don't want to smooth and even it out too much. You want some of the scratches there. You don't want to make it too unscratched. What's the word? Smooth? Sorry. You don't want to make it too smooth or your top coat won't stick to it. So I'm just buffing out any large scratches and going around the cuticle area with this. And then I'm going to do some stamps. I'm using my clear jelly stamper and some white polish and their stamping plates. And I'm just going in and adding some stamps. So you can see that I'm just kind of randomly adding them to certain nails because snowflakes. So that's what I did on those nails. And then I add some crystals on those nails as well. But first, like I said, I'm showing you guys kind of in real time what I do. So I added all the snowflakes, and I'm coming to the pinky on this hand and adding my luminary Empower matte. And that way, that nail will be cured matte, so I can draw on it. So while that hand is curing, I come back to this hand, and now I'm adding my Ugly Duckling Stick It gel. So I use that for these large crystals. So you get these really, really big crystals. You can stick it into the Stick It and then cure it into place, and it should last the whole time. So it's really great for the large crystals. So I'm just adding some crystals around that and just doing a center crystal stone kind of look on this finger. And then I'll have her cure that because this needs to be cured because it's gel. And then back to this hand, and I'm grabbing my striping brush from Glitter Balls and the Unbelievable Gel Cream Cake. And so these apply really nice and smooth over top of matte. So I'm just doing thin candy stripes on this finger. So I'm going to do white, and then, well, it's off-white, it's cream. And then I'm going to do silver as well. So you can see I'm kind of just using my finger to hold my finger in place. My brush is evenly like filled with product. You can see from the tip of the brush, it's even. So there's no dollop of product anywhere. It's just all even. I've wiped it even. And that way, when you place it down, you can pull it along and you'll create a nice even line. And then I'm happy with that. Just going to go over and have her cure that. And then I did the other hand, but I didn't film that. So after the other hand was cured, I came back and that was cured. So I can come back and do the silver. So I'm using Unbelievable Gel Superstar. This gel is just a really pretty shimmery, like shimmery as in metallic-y silver, so it's really easy to paint with. Super, super nice to add into these candy cane stripes because it's just really easy to paint with these. So that's what I'm doing, adding that. And I did that on both the hands, and then I added crystals as well on everything. So now I'm going to go in after everything is cured and apply my no wipe top coat. I'm using my Ugly Duckling no wipe top coat because I have the Ugly Duckling lamp now, and it is so shiny over acrylics. So I'm applying that down on the pinky, and then on this finger I have the snowflake. So I find sometimes my top coat will separate slightly when I'm doing snail stamping. So I found a way to combat that is to grab my Ugly Duckling little like flash cure light here and do the top coat, and then grab the flash cure light and then quickly flash cure so that it can't separate. So after curing everything, I use cuticle oil, wash your hands, and here is that finished set. Aren't they so wintry and pretty? And I don't know, they just turned out so cute. I love them so much. This set took just under 2 hours. It took 1 hour and about 50 something minutes. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell next to it to be notified when I post. And make sure to leave me a comment to let me know what you thought. I really enjoy making that set. This client always lets me do whatever I want, so it's super fun whenever I see her. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!